All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Nasfight Media coming at you with another video. Today's topic of discussion is Errol Spence, a weight bully. Danny Garcia, he had an interview, and by no means am I saying that Danny Garcia was talking trash about Errol Spence. It's just the attention that this video and interview got kind of indicated that Errol Spence was kind of a weight bully. You know, Danny Garcia was being asked about his upcoming fight against Jose Benavidez at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Exciting fight to see the return. He says he maybe will eventually fight Charlo, which is a mega fight. Danny Garcia, Charlo, still huge names, even though Danny's been pretty inactive, especially after the loss to Errol Spence. He was asked about, Philly fighters. He was asked who he spoke highly of, and kind of paving the way for Philly fighters, because it was before that it was just him and Bernard Hopkins. Shout out Fight Hype, because I think that was if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it, I believe that's the interview that I saw. Danny Garcia was just reminiscing about past fights, knocking out Amir Khan, which is a very big accomplishment. Sorry, I'm getting off topic, but they talked about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. He kind of said that he didn't really want to say anything crazy, any big statements. He kind of just said whoever's like more prepared. It's all about preparation. The guy that comes kind of the safe answer, like whoever comes ready to fight, like something along those lines. But you can't blame him, because if he kind of knows, like, if he said something bad, then negative about one guy, he's gonna get hate. He lost to Errol Spence already, so if he's talking trash about him. But he said he was kind of talking about how Errol Spence is big. He's basically a middleweight, because he was being asked to compare these guys. So he hits actually like a lot harder than maybe a natural 147. They said Earl talked about when he was in his car crash, still post car crash, still recovering, but kind of knew that the fight would he wouldn't fight for a while. He blew up to like 185, and now he's probably more around 160, 170. Probably closer to 170. He's a big dude. He's 5'9", man. Big welterweight. If you ever seen Errol Spence fight a natural welterweight, he always looks bigger. Against Ugas, he still looked like he's a big dude, man. Do I personally think Errol Spence is a weight bully? No, because there are a lot of, like, in the sport of boxing, it's not your natural walk around weight usually. Like, unless you're Floyd. I think Floyd probably walked around like 155, still fought like around 154 for middleweight or super middleweight, whatever you want. I mean super welterweight, whatever you want to call it, or light middleweight. But everyone's different in boxing. Some people feel more comfortable fighting closer to their walk around weight, or they like to kind of not suck down, but get down to a weight where they're kind of like shredded, but maybe it pushes them to dehydrate a little bit more. And then they rehydrate, go up to. That's just how the sport of boxing is. It's not an even playing field. Sometimes guys rehydrate 20 pounds, so then maybe there's a 20-pound difference. Like, same case with the situation that comes to mind is when Manny Pacquiao challenged Antonio Margarito in that middleweight appearance, where he dominated him, but I think Margarito was maybe more than 20 pounds heavier than him on fight night. So that's just the sport of boxing. It's crazy, man. This is what these guys sign up to do, but it's a job at the end of the day. These guys are all professionals. Sean Porter fought Usyk at 165. There are guys that fought at bigger weights, specifically in the amateurs. That's what I'm talking about. Sean Porter fought Usyk and beat him in the amateurs at 165. What does that tell you? Like, it's a talent thing. Like, a middleweight could fight a welterweight could fight a junior welterweight, or even a lightweight. It's about talent. Manny Pacquiao went up 8 divisions. Floyd went up a great number of divisions and never lost. Comes down to talent. I don't want to hear Errol Spence is a weight bully. He's gonna move up eventually. He's already said in multiple videos that he doesn't plan to stay there long, but he wants the Terence fight. And he wants to unify. So does Terence. That's the fight we all want to see. Will we get it? I hope so. Terence is a big guy too. Is he a weight bully? Probably not, because it's his natural walk around weight. But he said he wants to go up and fight Charlo. That's kind of knowing you're going to take a disadvantage when you move up. But at the same time, your body maybe becomes accustomed to going down below 154. Is that, there's always a lot to think about, but no one talks about it. It's just the way boxing is. Do I think Errol Spence is a a weight bully? Absolutely not. That's just the sport of boxing. Cutting weight is a part of any combat sport. The people in the UFC, like they have to do it all the time too. It's not easy. It's a struggle too. It's sometimes it can be a disadvantage to go that low. Sometimes you lose your power, you lose your second wind, you lose your ability to concentrate. You can't eat as much, so you're dehydrated. You get headaches. You start sweating, and then you have to recover and rejuvenate, replenish, get all the nutrients and electrolytes back into your body in not even 24, like just over 24 hours, and get ready to fight at nighttime. Like, you're asking a lot of. If you really want to get into the nitty gritty, you don't even want to think about sorting it out. So to say Errol Spence is a weight bully is something that I think is outrageous. I don't think it's fair at all. I always respect Errol Spence. You know, he doesn't take tune-ups, man. That's what I respect about him. And he fights guys that they put in front of him. They put him in front of Sean Porter. He had to fight. I know he said, I could have beat Sean Porter on the outside easily. He could have outboxed him easily. Sean Porter made him fight a fight that he didn't want to, but he still came out on top. He fought Ugas, turning off the eye injury. Everyone's saying he's not the same. He stops him. God, like, you guys got to. I'm not even biased. I'm an Errol Spence fan. I'm a Terence Crawford fan. But I'm just saying, you got to respect Errol Spence, because a lot of these boxers would take 2 years, 3 years off. You never hear of him. And then he has a big return fight. He looks rusty, and then he never fights those guys. So Terence Bud Crawford fight and the Errol Spence fight has to happen soon. I'm hearing that there's not concrete. They're not very close, but there's some talk that the negotiations have been in progress. I know that's not what you guys want to hear. That you're like, oh God, that could mean anything, but that's just the way the sport is. You got to be patient. Just hopefully the fight takes place, and we got to be grateful for anything we do get, because boxing's the best sport in the world. And we just have to stay tuned and, trust the process. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit the like button, subscribe. It's not that hard. But thank you guys for the constant support, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.